Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We just got the news that I was going to break down here live on the stream right before I went live. Fantastic timing. Seems to always go that way. So this is the 6-pick flex that I locked in, guys. I was going to jump on and share with you guys for free here, and I was really excited about the Ionescu and Jonquil Jones value because I was anticipating Brianna Stewart being ruled out, which just happened. Literally 30 seconds, I just got the Twitter notification before the stream just started. So looks like these players are going to be removed right off the bat, which kind of stinks, but I was going to break this down. They should be reposted here, I would think, and then I can kind of analyze the new numbers and tell you guys what I think. But in real time, Brianna Stewart just got ruled out, which I was, like I said, I was excited about this Ionescu and Jonquil Jones. I really like these two props because Brianna Stewart was listed as questionable with a hamstring injury, and I was kind of anticipating that she would get ruled out. And that literally just happened. So, yeah, anywho, I'm going to share these props with you free on the stream. I figured I'd come on, break them down, kind of give you guys the whole process as that goes into all my plays, and then I can answer any questions that you guys may have. But the problem is, as you can see in real time, some of the projections in the top right just got removed. So, I mean, it is what it is. This was the 6-pick flex that I just locked in that I sent over to my VIP. And rather than... The start times have been so weird lately with the WNBA starting early and the MLB starting all over the place that it's been difficult to get out like pre-recorded content. So I was like, oh, I'll just jump on. And then, of course, Brianna Stewart gets ruled out like 5 minutes before I start. Last few tickets I haven't been hitting at all, been subscribed for almost a month. The last 3 tickets posted were duds. I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, we're running all 6-pick flexes, and we're playing for long-term profit. So if you think that 3 tickets is a big deal, you're just not really getting the full picture. Would be my best advice. It's not fun, like when things don't go your way, but that's just kind of how it works. So first play is going to be Trinity Carter. That's still available on the board. Over 31.5, the chart looks nice and green here. What I'm really just interested in is she's underpriced. We just got news Brianna Stewart's out, which is actually going to downgrade this New York Liberty defense, which is a really good defense all around, guys. We can actually start things off with Ari McDonald, just because I already have all of her stuff pulled up here. This is actually my play of the day. This is my favorite play on the entire board. The over 4.5 assists. And we can break down exactly why here, guys. Outlier, if you haven't checked out this tool, guys, just got a nice partnership with them. They're giving you guys a fantastic deal now with my promo code. I'm sorry, not my promo code, my promo link. You can get 7 days free. And Outlier was a big part of this process as to why I like this play here with the 4.5 assists here for Ari McDonald. Okay, guys, so she has exceeded 4.5 assists in 5 straight games versus bottom 5 defenses for assists allowed with 6.4 assists a game per average. She's hitting at 100% hit rate over the last 5 games against those bottom 5 defenses. And the Dallas Wings, which is the team she's facing, ranks 12th in the entire WNBA overall as far as assists are allowed. They're allowing 22.7 assists per game. So the Wings are giving up a ton of assists. She does play at the guard position. If we go over to the guard specifically, you can see the assists allowed still, they're dead last 12th. They're giving up 15 assists per game. So Ari McDonald's in a really, really good spot here to go out there and succeed in this matchup, okay, with the 4.5 assists. So that's the first thing we're looking at. The market data is always going to be something that I'm looking at as well. We're looking at minus 120 DraftKings, minus 120 Underdog, minus 125 on the over on FanDuel for market data. When we're looking at Prizepicks, I really like to use the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. First of all, guys, this chart that I'm pulling up and all this data that I'm bringing in, once again, you can get 7 days free. I'm going to drop this link in the chat. You should really take advantage of this offer with my link because, once again, it's free. If you don't like it, you can just cancel off the 7 days, but they're hooking us up with this link, this promo, for you to get 7 days completely free. All right, so take advantage of that. Like, try it out. I literally pulled up Ari McDonald's assist because I had some interest in it. It looked good. You can see here, you can pull up any player you want. I have Ari McDonald typed in. I like to sort this by implied odds here, so the top implied odds, you can see over 11.5 points is starting to trend a little bit upwards as well. But if we go down to her assists, let's refresh this just so we have the latest and greatest. I'm sure it's already refreshed, but make sure I'm not lying to you guys here. The implied odds for Ari McDonald, you can see the 4.5 assists over. You can see there's favoring on the over, and see they're ranked 12th right as you're dropping that menu down. Like, the green coloring is going to indicate that it's a good spot for whatever target, for whatever prop you're targeting, right? So we're targeting the over 4.5. They're going to give us that nice and green, number 12th, worst team in the league as far as giving up assists. If we were to go to the under, that's going to be red, indicating it's not a good play on this outlier tool. And then I also love looking at market data, and I really like to use the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer for that. So that was another part of this process. We can go ahead and pull that up for you guys. All of these different data sets are going into my process here, okay? Once again, they're going to hook you up with a nice 25% discount with my link, with my promo code. So take advantage of that. All of these tools, like, I don't know, I get comments sometimes on my content of like saying, you know, he keeps secrets from us because he just wants to sell his VIP package. Like, I'm literally coming on the channel and just breaking down everything that goes into my process. It's just some of you have day jobs and family or whatever the case may be, and that's where my VIP package is going to come in clutch, because you don't have time to be doing all this all day and attacking the right value, right? So that's why I do offer the VIP package, but I'm literally coming on here and I'm showing you guys all that goes on my process. So if you do want access to all my picks, that is an option. These videos, these live streams are going to just tell you everything that goes into it, right? So the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer is popping on this Aaron McDonald's prop here today, because we have millions of dollars of sportsbook data, guys, dialed into this optimizer. For those of you that don't know how this works, like, they're just streamlining this and they're giving us a percentage odds for it to hit on the Prizepicks board. But it's very valuable because Prizepicks moves their lines so quickly that this tool is going to be able to help you diagnose value quickly so that you don't get beat by Prizepicks, because they're going to change these lines, right? Like, there's a possibility Aaron McDonald gets taken off the board here, especially because I saw she was popping on the popular tab, which tells me a lot of people are taking this, right? But we're looking at minus 125 on the over on FanDuel, minus 120 on the over on DraftKings, minus 120 on the over on Bovada. And then some of these other books that you'd have to go to, like a parlay play, a hot streak, a flip, they're not like official sports books. But what they are, they're DFS platforms that are going to charge juice, right? So they're factoring in the other odds as well. So you can compare this. We're getting minus 119 implied odds on Prizepicks in a 5 or 6 pick flex. Like, it's all the way up to 140 on flip, minus 139 on hot streak, minus 131 on the over on parlay play. So for those of you that are new to sports betting, you don't know what that means, guys. Like, once again, the reason this is valuable is because all these sportsbooks lines have very advanced models with like millions of dollars invested into setting appropriate lines. So all the research that you think you can do, you know, they're already doing it and they're setting lines. That's how they win money. They have to be right majority of the time or else they're going to lose money. So if they were to charge like minus 140 on the under 4.5 assists and they were wrong all the time, like, they're going to lose money. That's just how this works. So, we can use the sportsbook data to help us find good props. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So that Daily Grind Fantasy tool, and then I like to get really detailed on market data. Like, OddsJam is what I use for that. Once again, they have an optimizer. So I'm naming off 3 different tools right now that I'm using. I'm literally showing you. Okay, like, this is what's going into my picks. Okay, so that's why I'm pulling these up. Once again, OddsJam, they'll get you 35% off with my promo code KJKDFS, okay? 35% off. You make sure you use that promo code. I have a link as well, but I know 35% off is kind of a special offer they gave me with the promo code. So another tool, I'll put it in the chat. If you have interest in this, you can get a percentage off, right? This is pulling in all of the sportsbook data. I have the sportsbook screen up, right? Minus 125 on the over on FanDuel. She's all the way up to minus 143 on the over on Ballybet. So, like, here's an example of, that's another data point that we didn't have on the other examples that I just gave, right? So, like, that's why, okay, I went to the DGF Optimizer. They have, you know, multiple data points. Now I'm going over to OddsJam, the sportsbook screen, that's going to pull in literally every single line that, like, every single sportsbook that has a line available for this Aaron McDonald assist prop is going to be listed on this screen. So, like, this is next level detail, okay? So, minus 143 on the over on Ballybet, minus 143 on the over on BetRivers. Minus 185 on Sleeper. And, I mean, so if you were to go over to Sleeper, I mean, that's a huge difference, man. We're getting minus 119 implied odds on Prizepicks. So it's like, okay, clearly there's value to be had on the over here. Like, all of these different data points. She's all the way up to minus 145 on the over on Hard Rock. Minus 143 on the over on 4 wins. Minus 140 on Flip that we already talked about. Minus 143 on the over on Casimo, okay? So, like, holy moly, people, like, clearly Bet Parks, minus 143 on the over, you know, it's very clearly indicating that there's a lot of value to be had on the over here. And then once again, if we slide on over, guys, we're getting minus 119. So just think of it as like I like to use the example. You're getting a Ferrari for the price of a Honda Civic here. Like you're getting a really good deal. That's how this works, and that's how you're gonna profit long term on these apps. You really want to be getting props that are heavily favored on sports books, and getting them in 5 and 6 pick flexes on Prizepicks. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of I'm gonna be breaking down the process. Okay, the fantasy score is a little bit different, right? So the fantasy score props, I have a bunch of different models that I look at. So it looks like Ionescu's back at 38.5. Like I said, I did anticipate her getting bumped with no Brianna Stewart. That's why I sent it into the VIP. That's why I have the VIP package. All of this stuff that I'm researching throughout the day. Like I had a feeling Brianna Stewart was going to be listed out. Here we are. She got listed out. So now we got a really good deal. She was listed as questionable Saturday with a hamstring. We're pushing the All-Star break here. Like in my head, it's like, okay, this kind of indicates like Brianna Stewart's probably going to be held out here. And if she wasn't ruled out, I still really like the matchup, which we could certainly break down here next. But anywho, yeah. So the first play was Ionescu. Second play is Jonquil Jones. Trinity Carter. This is just a misprice. This is actually going to be an upgrade as well for Trinity Carter with no Brianna Stewart, because Brianna Stewart's a really good defender down low, around the rim, etc. So with no Brianna Stewart, that's going to be an upgrade for Trinity Carter as well. But anywho, like 2 or 3 of them lines bumped. Sabrina got bumped already, and Wnba. Yeah, exactly. So that's all we can do, man. We have to just beat the bumps, get the best value, and that's how we're gonna win long term. Like just beat the bumps, get the best possible value on the board, which you can. We're live right now, man. I don't know. I get comments of like, do you actually play your plays? Like I'm live. I don't know. I go live on my channel. Like, can you not see I'm interacting with my account live with you guys? Like I already placed this. We did already get a removal with Ionescu got bumped up because of that news. Wnba got bumped up, right? Which I actually like to keep. I like to keep the screen up when I lock in, because you can kind of keep track of your bumps. So like during the day, I'll lock in value. I'll try to keep it up so that I can see the different line movements. So you can see like I got it at 37.5. She's now up to 38. So like I beat that bump. This is what I'm doing all day over in the VIP every day, right? We're finding value, we're locking it in, and we're beating bumps, getting the best possible value, 5 and 6 pick flexes. Like that's how we're going to succeed long term on these apps. So you can see, unfortunately, if you're tuning into the stream, like the play got bumped, I'm sorry, I don't control that, man. All I do is I find the best possible value on the board, I lock it in, I send it to my VIP, and I try to give as much value as I can for free. Like I can't control the lines moving like crazy. I took this because I knew, well, I didn't know, but I thought there was a good chance Brianna Stewart's going to get ruled out. That's going to increase the usage for Ionescu and Jonquil Jones. Like lock in their fantasy scores now, because they're going to get bumped. Look at this. She's all the way up to 38. So, I mean, you're seeing in real time what I offer for the VIP in my process, okay? So, like, sorry they got bumped. Like, would I still take them? I don't know, man. I mean, I don't promote playing bumps, but at the same time, this is free content. Like, sure, if you want to ride, maybe play a lighter dollar amount. Maybe take the higher fantasy score, but don't play quite as much as you normally would. I don't know, but all I'm trying to do is provide free value and kind of break down the process here. Erin McDonald's my favorite play on the board, and you can still get her. So that's fantastic. Like that's my play of the day. So if you don't have my VIP, or if you're not familiar, I offer a play of the day every day. Yesterday it was CJ Abrams over 6.5 hitter fantasy score. He cashed. The day before it was Trey Turner over 8.5 fantasy score. He cashed. So we're looking to keep that going today, and it is Erin McDonald. So like there you go, free play of the day. That's my actual VIP Discord, and I'm giving you actual plays I'm playing on the streams and my videos, okay? There's no fluff or BS as far as, like, me giving different picks for free. I'm literally just giving you the plays I'm playing, right? Unfortunately, we got some bumps that happened, but, like, what do you want from me? I anticipated the Brianna Stewart news. I attacked at the right time. I sent it into the VIP, and we were able to capitalize on the value before all those bumps happened, okay? So, like, this is where the lines I got them at. If you go to the live board right now, unfortunately, now we're looking at 38.5 for Ionescu, and we're looking at 38 even for Jonquil Jones. I did my job, man. I beat the board. I beat the bumps. Like, that's what I do every day. Okay? That's all I can do. So let's continue along here. So I mean, I'm just kind of trying to give you guys a breakdown here as far as all goes into it. Rakia Jackson, she's like way underpriced here. I don't quite get this price. I have multiple projection models. Once again, like what goes into the process. I mean, I have thousands of dollars of software, guys. Like, I get asked like, what do you use? I could tell you all of them. But you're not going to purchase all this stuff. So it's like, I mean, if you're someone that's not willing to make the $49.99 a month investment to my my VIP, I can tell you right now, you're not going to purchase the software that I use every day for projections and stuff because it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Like, I got asked about a baseball software I use and a WNBA software. It's like $500 every 6 months, and I pay for it, and then I use it for my research for my VIP. So like, I don't think you're going to purchase that. Maybe I'm wrong, but if you're not going to buy the $49.99. Like, that's why I offer that, so you don't have to pay for all that. Hopefully that makes sense. But long story short, I mean, like, Rakia Jackson, I have all of those projection models pulled up here. So, like, I have projection models projecting here for, like, 26. I got even more models pulled up here. I mean, she's in a really good matchup as well. Dallas is giving up 18 fantasy points per game to 4-2s, 3.5 field goals. And then her minutes have been way up, 34.1 minutes in 3 games compared to only 25.4 over the last 22. So, like, these are all things that are factored in the projection models, right? I mean, her fantasy point per minute, her minutes, if we go ahead and we break that down. For the Sparks, we can look at all these games. Like, she's been up to 37, 41, 30, 29. So the minutes are just been way up for her. She's in a different role. You know, she's starting now. So, once again, when I get asked what goes in your process, it's like, you know, did you research the plays? Yeah, I have so many data sets that do all of the research I mean, I have to be really good at using them and learning how to use them, but like, I have all of these different data sets, guys, factored into my plays, right? So I'm not just clicking random buttons. Rakia Jackson, the fantasy score here, see, this is where on Outlier, you can see she's just like absolutely crushing this prop over her last 10. And then if we go to some insights here, you can see she's exceeded 18.5 Prizepicks in 4 of her last 5 games with a 22.5 average. She's hitting that at an 80% rate. And it's like similar to Kennedy Carter. Both of these ladies are just like mispriced, man. It's like you're playing the board. This is not a good matchup for Jackson compared to some of the other props we talked about. And the same thing for Kennedy Carter. Like the New York Liberty are a really good defensive team. So, is it a good matchup for her? No, but we don't play like just based on the matchup. That's all factored in here. But like, you have to look at where they're priced on the board, right? So like, Trinity Carter, I've got her in the mid-30s. She's just simply mispriced. It's not the greatest matchup, but I think she's going to put up like 34, 35 fantasy points. So they're kind of forcing my hand to take the over. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 fantasy points off, right? Like, it's not quite as ideal of a matchup as some of the other picks we discussed so far. Like, for instance, let's see here. Who's another? Like, John Cole Jones and Ionescu. 1, I got their lines before the Brianna Stewart news, so I got an absolute steal. And 2, these are just, like, really good matchups for them. Chicago has been giving up a ton of fantasy points to both of their positions, which, once again, I have all these models that tell me this stuff, right? Which I can pull up on the screen for you guys. So, like, this is what we're looking at for Ionescu, right? Chicago's giving up 34.7 fantasy points per game, 5.2 assists. That's all factored in the projection. That's going to obviously fare very well for her as far as her ceiling. I've got her able to get up over 40 points, right, on ceilings on all these different models. And then also, obviously, with the news of Brianna Stewart, you know, these projections are going to change throughout the day. But let's see, like, Ionescu, yeah, I'd say the projection's still pretty underrated on some of these optimizers as well. Like, so I have 3 different data sets I'm pulling in here. Once again, guys, these cost like hundreds of dollars a year, thousands of dollars a year. So I'm just being honest. Like, this is the data sets I'm using. And Ionescu and Jonathan Jones, yeah, like upper 30s. So, I mean, just simply put, kind of anticipated the Brianna Stewart news, took advantage of that. Hopefully that all makes sense. Like that's all factored into my process. So if you were in my VIP Discord, I mean, you would have got access to this play as soon as I placed it, right? I locked this in. I was anticipating that Brianna Stewart news, sent it over. I was really looking to get the very best 6 props on the board for these guys over in the VIP, and then lock it in, try to get like a 2 unit for a solid 6 pick flex, which I did. So you can see we were able to capture all these plays before all those crazy bumps. I mean, now Ionescu and John Paul Jones, naturally, when Brianna Stewart gets ruled out, John Paul Jones is all the way up to 38 now. And Derica Hamby got bumped up to 38 even. I got her at 37.5. She's in a fantastic matchup as well. I mean, we could go ahead and pull up those numbers, but once again, like, why did I take the over? Why was I anticipating her getting bumped? I mean, we have all of these different data sets telling us, Dallas is giving up over 34 fantasy points per game to center. By the way, the WNBA is weird with positioning. That's another, like, I constantly get comments on my content of, like, you're not looking at the right position and stuff, guys. The WNBA is weird, man. You got to be using, like, certain models. In, like, some forwards are listed as centers when they're not really centers. Like, Hamby's a forward. She's a forward, but she's playing the 5 position for the Sparks. They run a small ball lineup, right? So it's like, she's pretty much the center. Like, she's listed as a forward, so people will come on my channel or my content and be like, she's a forward, not a center. They're running a small ball lineup. Like, Aaron McDonald's a guard, Jackson's a guard, Talbot, like, they don't have like a too big down low type of lineup. Derica Hamby's the center practically, okay? Like, Stephanie Talbot's playing at the other forward position. She's only 6'1". We're not dealing with like a Brittany Griner down low, okay? So like, that's all of these models and stuff that I refer to and I'm using, they all know this. Which I get irritated when people say stuff like that, because it's like, dude, I've been covering this for like over a year now, breaking down these players. You'd think I don't know like where Hamby plays on her team. I do. So hopefully that makes sense. Like, she's listed as a forward. Like, if we go over to Outlier, I'm sure she might be listed as a forward as well here, just because, once again, like, she is kind of a forward. Like, she's not really like a traditional center, right? But we looked at the fantasy points. She got bumped up here. Yeah, she's listed as a forward at the top there. So, but when we break down the lineup and how they're running it on the floor, she's playing at the 5 position. She's practically the center. So hopefully that makes sense. Like, I'm already aware of all this stuff too. So that's all factored into my projections in my research. And once again, like, I'm running these numbers of her lined up against the center. Or as the center, I should say. So anyways, end of rant. Yeah, so let's continue along here. I mean, this is the full 6-pick flex for those of you that are just tuning in. I will answer any questions you guys have. Like, feel free to, do a little Q&A. I'm just kind of, guys, we got 18 likes. Run this thing up, please. I'm coming on and I'm just giving you, like, all my plays for free here. And I'm just trying to break them down. Like, it's been difficult to get pre-recorded content out with all these crazy start times. Like, I mean, the WNBA kicks off here soon, early. So rather than trying to do a recorded content and not everybody being able to tail, yes, Talbot isn't starting anymore. It's Azura Stevens. Yeah, that's fine. That's not really a big deal, man. They're kind of interchangeable teammates, but thank you for that. Like, I mean, they're kind of like the same player. Like, once again, I'm kind of aware of that. But Azura Stevens, like, if we look at the trends here, I mean, she's been playing like 28, 26 minutes. It's been 3 players that are really getting the majority of the run. It's Rakia Jackson, it's Arian McDonald, and it's Derica Hamby. Then they've been working Stevens back. And everyone else is just complimentary players. Kia Nurse, Ray Burrell, Clarendon. I mean, they're all kind of role players here. So Azura Stevens doesn't really, she's kind of interchangeable as far as how this roster is built up as far as our selected picks here. But yeah, so Trinity Carter's underpriced. Like, I got her getting like 35. John Cole Jones and Brianna Ionescu, I absolutely sniped for that Brianna Stewart news. Which, by the way, guys, once again, I send these into my Discord as soon as I place them. So, unfortunately, plays move quickly. It's just like how it goes. Like, I went to come on this live stream, and literally, as I'm coming on, like, John Quell is all the way up to 38, and Ionescu's all the way up to 38.5. So it's like, that sucks. It's annoying that you constantly have to deal with that, but that's just how Prizepicks works. They're very smart at changing these lines. I was able to detect early value. I was able to detect like Brianna Stort's leaning towards being out. Let's take the fantasy score over, and let's try to get a steal on those prices, right? So yeah, Rakia Jackson's the same thing, man. It's just an underpriced. Trinity Carter and Rakia Jackson are two players in this slip, in which I will say like the matchup isn't like great, right? Like we're not like really excited. Like Ionescu and John Paul Jones, one, I got a discount on them, and two, like I'm really excited about the matchup. Rakia Jackson and Trinity Carter, it's literally just like, okay, Prizepicks is pricing them like 4 or 5 fantasy points under. Like, what are we doing here? Hamby, John Paul Jones, Ionescu, all in fantastic matchups, and then Ari McDonald on the assists. Like I said, I just absolutely love. It's my favorite play on the board. So, like, if I were to play one of these, I think that she's still available for you guys. Already broke this down, but if you're tuning in late to the stream, like, this is my favorite play on the board. Literally, Dallas ranks dead last in the entire WNBA in allowing assists overall, not only overall versus all positions, but also versus the guard position. So it's like, yes, please. And then you factor in all the market data as well. She's really favored on the over as well. So, all right, we got 61 people in here, only 21 likes. I don't know how that's possible. If we get this thing up over 50 likes, that'd be greatly appreciated, guys. Once again, I apologize for the bumps, but all this is just showing that I know what I'm talking about. Like, if I'm getting plays before bumps, it's just a key indicator that my process is on point, right? Like, it's annoying that we have to deal with that. I wish you guys could get the same ticket in at the same lines that I got. But like, they just adjust the props for all the news and stuff, right? So I did my job. I beat the bumps. I sent it over to the VIP. If you would like to get access to all my plays as soon as I place them, once again, you would have got notified of this as soon as I placed it over, right? I got really excited about the Ionescu and John Cole Jones props. I wanted to lock this in for 2 units because I was anticipating that Brianna Stort news coming out and her being out. And then, wouldn't you have it? Not long after, we did get notification that Brianna Stort will be out in this one, right? So, like, beautiful. We did our job right here. She's out. Hamstring ruled out Saturday. So it's like fantastic. We got really good value on the Ionescu and John Cole Jones fantasy scores because we got it at 36.5, 35.5. Now they're all the way up to 38 and 38.5. So we did our job. We timed the board perfect. We locked it in with the other props that we really like. Once again, if you would like to get access to all of that, guys, also I pay for all of these different softwares that I've been discussing throughout this video. Once again, I understand not everybody wants to, pay hundreds of dollars a month for all the software. So that's why I offer this package for $49.99 a month. I pay for all that. I do all the research, all that stuff when you're at work and stuff. I attack the board at the right time. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be freaking out about the Brianna Stort news. I'm already on it. Right? So 36.5, 35.5. Like, this is just a prime example. I've said it like 6 times in a row now, it seems, but I just want you to know, like, that's how this works, right? We want to be targeting the board at the right time before these bumps happen. The 38 and the 38.5 now, like, you're going to be sweating it much more than the lines we got at. So I just dropped that in the chat. If you're interested in joining, guys, the Patreon, that'll give you access to my Discord. You just purchase it through Patreon, and then you connect your Discord, and you get access to my premium Discord. That's how this works. Patreon just works as a payment processor for me, and then it also has all the directions so that you can learn how to get connected to the Discord and all that fun stuff when you sign up. So it helps you to be able to get in there easier, customer service if you need help with anything, and keeps the security high so that there's no bad things going on in the premium that you have to deal with for all my members. So that's why I do it that way. But anywho, now would be a great time for some questions. I'll do my best to answer them all. I just didn't want to leave you guys hanging with no picks again today. The start times have just made it tough. So rather than doing a video, just jump on a live. Do you see any other picks you like? Well, I can tell you off the top of my head, I'm not playing this play. Once again, like I really like to promote plays only that I'm actually playing. It just like, you know, nothing gets better than actually backing it with your own money, actually sending it over, you know, to my VIP and then sharing with you guys for free. Just like, that's kind of what I take pride in rather than just saying, take this. I want to actually play it myself too. I think it's the right thing to do. But with that being said, Mabry's under here was looking pretty decent. She didn't quite make the cut on the top 6 for me on that play, but I like the under here, the 26.5 fantasy score. She's in a really tough matchup versus the Liberty, but I just did describe, though, there's no Brianna Stewart, which is an upgrade for Chicago. Like, Brianna Stewart's a really good defender down low, so all the statistics you see for this New York Liberty team, you know, are going to be factoring the majority of the games. They're going to have Brianna Stewart out there on the court for that down low interior defense, the edge interior defense. Like, Brianna Stewart's like the real deal defensively. And they're also without Laney, I believe, still. Yeah, there's no Laney as well. So, like, their defense might be taking a hit here. But anywho, got outlier pulled up here for Mabry. This under 14.5 points was one that I liked, but the problem is Prizepicks has gone ahead and bumped it down to 14 even. So, you know, that value's been eliminated. So I personally would pivot to her fantasy score. And once again, guys, I mean, I'm not playing it, so I don't want to come on here and, you know, I don't like promoting plays I'm not playing, but I'm just going to say I had a projected under. The market was ripping towards her under. We got that Brianna Stewart news, but I mean, Marina Mabry, she's failed to exceed 26-4 of her last 5 games at home. So she's been on the under a lot. And the matchup, we see all these statistics here. For this Liberty defense, I mean, they're really good. They're 3rd best in points, 3rd best in field goal, 5th best, 1st best in free throw, 3rd best in rebounds. But no Brianna Stewart today. So, I mean, if, like, off the top of my head, just to answer your question, like, do I like any more plays? This is the first play off the top of my head would be the under fantasy score for Marina Mabry, but I'm not playing it. So, you know, I'm just giving you free advice as far like if I had to pick something else that I was looking at earlier. I did kind of lean towards Mabry's under, but she's not on my ticket. I'm not playing her today. I don't have exposure to her, so I just want to make that clear. Like, these are my plays that I'm actually playing. But yeah, there's a free one for you. Like, off the top of my head, the Mabry under fantasy score looked pretty good. Enjoy your content. Question: are you doing any baseball today? Probably not. I have better picks baseball, which I swept on. Not last night, but the night before here. Had a nice $100 into $2,000 win here, rocking with the under Nestor Cortez pitching outs. Baz under 2.5 walks. The under pitching outs for... he's covered there by my logo. Why can't I think of this guy's name? He used to pitch for the Cardinals. He's on the Giants now, and I can't think of his name, but I know who he is. Anywho, Luis Castillo under 6.5 strikeouts, and then the Max Fried over 4.5 strikeouts. So once again, the premium, I'm giving better picks out. The problem is I can't really give you any plays because all my plays have been taken off. Like, I already locked in a better picks MLB ticket today, but the problem is you're not going to be able to get any of those plays on better anymore because they're taken off the board. I mean, I guess I could pull up my Discord and give it to you guys for free here, but like I said, I don't think any of these are going to be available, bro. Yeah, like, I already know some of these are gone. I don't see Scott's strikeouts anymore. I had the over 5.5. Dallas Keuchel's under 3.5 is taken off the board. The Mitchell Parker earned runs allowed still on better. Let's see, is Air Gaddy available? Yeah, you can still take the under 16.5 pitching outs for Air Gaddy, and then Spence maybe available, but there's no more Scott. There's no more Keuchel. So, I mean, like, there's some free better picks. plays for you. If you haven't signed up for Better Picks, you can get your first deposit matched up to 250 smackaroos over there. So I definitely take advantage of that offer. And I'll drop that in the chat for you guys here too. That's my deposit match link. You can just use KJKDFS for everything, but they're going to match up to 250 over there on Better. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't take some of those plays I just pulled up. But anywho, looks like we got a removal, people. I bet you it's Aaron McDonald's assist, and it is. See what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing all day, every day. Aaron McDonald got taken off the board. It's such a good play. They're saying, like, we're not going to let you take this anymore. So that's Wnba got bumped. Aaron McDonald got removed off the board. John Quell got bumped. Ionescu got bumped. In real time, you're seeing, like, this is what's going on in my process. So hopefully the plays go well. And I mean, I'm doing everything I can, right? I mean, what else? I've been doing this like every day lately, and the results just, I mean, we've been getting hooked real bad over in the VIP. The sweeps, we've been missing by like one. It's been brutal, but like, this is what's going on every day. Like, look at this, guys. Ionescu, 36.5. Look at where she is now. She's all the way up to 38.5. Might not seem like a big deal if you're new to this. That's a huge deal. Like, Prizepicks is very precise with these projections. All right, so they're changing it like 2 or 3 up and down, and you were able to get it before that change. That's how you're going to make money long term. Okay, so like, if you're new to this, you might be like, well, she's going to go off anyways. But like, she could let's say she ends with 38.4, just to have the best example. You're going to be sitting there like ticked off that you played the new line at 30.5, while, you know, me and my members, we already locked this in. Right? So that's what happens. It sucks, but it is what it is. John Cole Jones is all the way up to 38 even, right? Once again, I'm just breaking down the process live on the stream today. I got her at 35.5. That's a huge difference. Aaron McDonald over 4.5 assists. She's literally my favorite play on the entire board. And guess what? She's not available anymore, because that's just what happens. You know, she was my play of the day. As soon as I see a play with a lot of value and I really like it, I send it in as my play of the day every day. So that's just like another feature in the VIP. I listen to feedback from my members. It's like, what do you want? They really like this play of the day feature. Once again, last night it was Abrams cash. The night before it was Trey Turner cash. This is just like requested from the community as they really like the play of the day. So I added that into the Discord. I'm always listening to the community, adding in stuff they like. So now Aaron McDonald isn't available. So hopefully you have notifications on. I mean, like, all I can do is just come on and explain the process, right? But you can't play that anymore. They took it off the board. It's too good of a prop. And then Derek Wnba got bumped up to 38 even. So I mean, I'm probably gonna wrap up the stream soon, because you get the point. But like, this is what I'm doing every single day over in the VIP. We're beating bumps. We're getting the best possible value on the board. And that's all we can do. We can't control how they bump up the play. So we just have to beat them, right? We have to attack at the right time and block in. I just try to come on and give as much value as I can for free. Being a content creator on Prizepicks right now in these apps, doing pre-recorded content and giving like actual high quality plays that I'm actually playing, and then you being able to lock them in, has just become next to impossible. When I first started covering Prizepicks, I could come on my video, promote plays in the morning, you know, give away a ton of free value. People could play them. Free people were happy. And now people get so pissed off at me because they're like, oh, the plays are bumped. You know, you only give your plays to the VIP. It's like, bro, I can't control that, man. The apps are just a lot better at what they do. Like, what do you want from me, right? I understand your frustration. In a perfect world, like, I try to give out for free. I just said I'm going to come on the channel. So these live streams, at least I can explain myself a little bit compared to the pre-recorded. Like, bro, I try to give you guys as much as I can for free, and I try to give as much value as I can for, it's $1.66 a day for this package, and the amount of value that goes into this is absolutely insane. Like, I try my best, right? So like I said, she's my play of the day. I sent it in there immediately. She's gone now. It's not my fault. I did my job. I gave the play out that had good value. Before they took it off the board, I locked it in and I sent that over to them immediately, right? So I would love to give you guys all my plays for free, but the problem is the plays don't last when they're good plays. So I could come on and give you BS plays, but I don't want to do that either. Like, hopefully that makes sense, man. I don't know. Does anybody have suggestions other than me coming live more? Like, the only thing I can really do is be live more. But even when I'm live, they're only going to last so long, and then people are going to come on and, like, you know, after I end this live stream, people are going to come to my channel and watch this and try to get the plays. A lot of them are probably not even going to watch the stream or the video. They're just going to scroll through to when they see my play and try to copy it, and they're all going to be moved or removed, and they're going to be all ticked off, and it's like, bro, like, I don't know, man. If you're listening to someone or you're telling someone where their lines are moving like crazy and they're beating the lines, that's a key indicator they know what they're talking about. That's a good thing. Is it annoying? Yes. You know, do we wish we could just not have bumps in Prizepicks because it's easy to beat and we could all be rich easily? Yes, of course. But hopefully that makes sense, man. Like, I can't control it. What do you want from me? So yeah, Ari McDonald, I mean, she was favored across the entire industry. The GGF optimizer, I pulled this up earlier. I use this tool all the time to detect, you know, she was up to minus 120 on DraftKings, minus 140 on Flip. If we refresh the optimizer now, she's not going to be available, right? Because she got taken off the board. So it's like, okay, that's a good thing. I did my job. I beat them from removing plays, right? So anyway, I'm probably going to wrap things up, guys. I mean, if anybody has any questions, if you please hit the like button, guys. We have like 50 people in here and only 34 likes. Just hit the like button before you head out, man. It just helps to get my content out to more people. Hopefully I can provide more free value to people, help people out, kind of explain what goes into this. So, I mean, and this just kind of shows you that, you know, hopefully shows you I know what I'm talking about is the goal. And if you want to take that next level and get access to all my plays as soon as I place them, I will have that VIP link below in the description. There's a cost associated with it because I have to pay for all these softwares that I discuss, and I'm in there all like, you know, you probably all have a job in the chat. Most people have an occupation. If you went to work and they just didn't give you a paycheck and you keep showing up every day, you know, you can't really pay your bills, etc. That's kind of how this world works. So there is a cost associated, but the goal is to provide you with more value than you're paying for, right? It's a monthly subscription, so the only way I keep people in here is by keeping them happy and providing them with a lot of value so they want to stay, right? That's another key indicator. If you're looking at different resources and people you want to go to, guys, try to find someone that's doing monthly. If someone's trying to get you in like a lifetime deal, you know, they're probably not consistently providing value. They're just trying to get you that quick sale. If they're doing a monthly thing, you check it out. You can see all that goes into it, right? You're going to very quickly see all that goes into my Discord. And I try to give you as much of a sneak peek as I can on this free content and just explain the reasoning. So yeah, we were able to capture that. We were able to capture all of these fun plays here before those bumps occurred, right? Which is fantastic. Winner Circle, I mean, I'd love to give some shout outs as well. Shout out to every single one of you members, but Keys 0608 last night had a nice hit with that the VIP play of the day. James Wood, CJ Abrams are 2 plays that I'm on, and Garrett Cole. All 3 of those plays are on, and it looks like he went ahead and added his own. That last one, the Joe Ryan under pitcher fantasy score, was not one of my plays, so took 3 of my plays and then added one of the ones he liked. He turned 150 into 1500 here. So love to see that. Feel free to hop over there if you're interested. And if you have any questions, I mean, I don't want to leave you hanging on the questions here. I'll leave this up here for a couple more minutes and I'll monitor the chat. That way everyone can see my plays before I head out. And see if you have any, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat right now. I'll hang around another like 5 minutes if I'm getting questions. If not, I'll just end the stream. But have or do you make slips for those of us that live in the arena states? Yes, I don't make the slips for you guys because I promote all 5 and 6 pick flexes because of the optimal slip type on Prizepicks. But you can just take 4 of my plays, man. You can just take your favorite 4 from my slips. I have a bunch of members that do that. You know, the law changes happened with Prizepicks changing their laws in different states. Like I couldn't, you know, obviously I can't control that. But you can go in there, you can just take 4 of the plays that I have listed in my 6 pick flex. Like, you know, for instance, this play, for instance, Ionescu and John Cole Jones that got bumped at the beginning of the stream, you know, just take the 4 plays that haven't got bumped or whatever the case may be. But I have a bunch of different members that are dealing with that as well. I don't like change my slips for the arena, but there's so much value in props in there that you could just easily just take the ones that I have, you know, the 4 that I have in the slip in for your arena slips. Hopefully that makes sense. The live shows are fire. Keep doing them. Thank you very much, my friend. Thoughts on Angel Reese over 36 fantasy score? I don't think there's much edge in that prop from what I can recall earlier. Let me run my numbers here. I think it's a prop I'd just stay away from, if I remember correctly. Let's see, Reese. Yeah, I don't know, though. But see, the tough problem is, you know, my projections are factoring in the matchup and all these different things. And now we have news Brianna Stewart's out. So, I mean, she might be in a better spot than what the projections are portraying, if that makes sense. But with that being said, I think she's priced pretty appropriately. Like, I've got her, like, right at this 36 mark, which, by the way, is, like, Prizepicks is getting so much better at pricing, right? So, long story short, there's not any edge in the prop. So, like, I would just stay away. I wouldn't take the under. I wouldn't take the over. You know, I would look elsewhere on the board. I would look to a different prop would be my honest answer. Like I said, Rakia Jackson at the 18.5. I mean, I've got her getting like 24. Like, that's a big difference in projection compared to their board. A lot of times they're going to be right at this, like Arike Ogabale, they have her at 41. Like, that is so on point with my projections as well that, like, I'm not going to go there. It's just too good. It's just, like, right there. Like, I've got her, like, right at 41. So I'm not going to mess around the under. I'm not going to mess around with the over. It's just, like, they did a really good job of pricing it. Like, I've got her getting like 40.5. So I guess you could say I lean under, but pretty much I've got her getting that 41. So, like, no thanks. You know, why would I go to that prop when I can go to these other ones I discussed where I have them a few off? Like, Ionescu, especially with Stewart now, you know, like, we're looking at 40 plus for her, 40 plus for John Cole Jones. Carter, I've got her getting like 35, you know, so there's 3 or 4 off. The Ari McDonald assists, I absolutely loved that prop. It's now removed, unfortunately. Rakia Jackson, I've got her getting, you know, like 24. Same thing, she's just underpriced. And then Derek Hamby, I've got her getting like 41 or so, like in the low 40s. So, yeah, I don't care if I'm taking the under on a prop. I don't care if I'm taking the over on a prop. Like, some people are like, do you like overs or unders more? Like, that doesn't matter. We're just attacking the board at what they have them priced at, right? It seems to be all over the place. I was taking a lot of unders early on in the season for WNBA. And then today, I mean, it just so happens the board, like, I think they're underpriced, right? So we've been live here for about an hour, guys. Hopefully you learned some stuff. Hopefully you kind of got a sneak peek as to what goes into my process. And then, as I stated, I'm sorry that these bumps and stuff always happen, but that just shows the person that you're listening to knows what they're talking about. If the person you're listening to, that applies to me or anyone else, there's a bunch of different people out there that give out picks, right? So if you're listening to someone who is giving a play out and then the line's changing, it's annoying, but it just means that they're doing a good job at getting good value, right? So you can see where I got the lines at. It sucks. Like, Ionescu, I got it 36.5. You know, she's up to 38.5 now. That's annoying, but that just means I did my job. John Cole Jones, 35.5. You can see she's up to 38 even now. She got bumped way up, so I did my job. Derek Hamby, 37.5. She got bumped up to 38 even. I did my job. I beat the bump. Ari McDonald, my play of the day. Literally my favorite play on the entire board. think this is a fantastic prop. 4.5 assists. They went ahead and just completely took it off the board. Sorry, I did my job. You know, I sent it in my slip right away to my Discord. I made it my play of the day as soon as possible. I had a feeling it would get taken off the board. So, just is what it is. Did my job, right? I did my job. I got the best possible value possible. That's all you can do. So anyways, I'm going to head out the door, guys. Last thing I'll mention is if you haven't signed up for Prizepicks, use my promo code KJKDFest. They're going to match you all the way up to $100. I will drop that link in the chat. Let's see. What did we talk about here? We talked about, I mean, I'll drop all my links in the chat. We talked about, well, Prizepicks, obviously. They're going to hook you up with a deposit match there. And then all the tools, guys, Outlier, Daily Grind Fantasy, Odds Jam that I discussed in this video, they're going to give you a deal with my promo code and my link on every single one of those. I'll have that all linked down below in the description. But these are all tools that I'm actually using. And then if you just want to get access to all my plays as soon as I place them, you don't have time to use the tools, just get the VIP. I'll drop that in the chat real quick, and then I'll head out the door. But these streams and these videos that I put out are going to give you a sneak peek and a preview as to all that goes into it, so you know what you're purchasing. You know that the person you're going through kind of knows what they're doing, right? Anywho. Yeah, I'm going to sign out here. These are the plays, man. Sorry about the bumps, but it is what it is. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. If you enjoy this content, hopefully this helps you out with some value. You can review it a little bit and look at all the stuff that goes in my research. And, yeah, man. Hopefully I helped you out with some free picks. Unfortunately, there's only 2 plays in this ticket that you can still get at the same line, but, hey, there's some people that don't listen to me anyways, and they play 2 picks instead of 5 and 6 pick flexes, so I guess take the 2 picks remaining that haven't been bumped. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you.